I have made 5 pair of Viking socks, which I think are really cool, but will only hold up if we put them on very responsibly. So please do your homework. If you don't, I won't hold it against you, but you don't get to wear the Viking socks if you don't do your homework. So, we're gonna start by getting this excess pant out of the way. I just like to give it a little crease and fold it over so that it's a little bit smooth and I can start to wrap my sock over it. These strips are about 9 feet long. Congratulations, Mason, yours are 11 feet long. And if you are around my height or shorter, you can start by wrapping it around your foot. If you are taller than me, you probably would do better not to wrap it around your foot, so you just want to start it kind of on the top of your foot, and then it can tuck into your shoe. So, it's going to be a little bit angled, and we are starting by wrapping around the ankle. This is pretty much the only place where you're going to want it to be wrinkly, mostly because it is inevitable, because your ankle is very curvy. So it starts with a nice snug wrap around the ankle. And as we go up the calf, we want it to be as smooth as possible so we get a lot of surface area out of this. So we're keeping it nice and snug, a little bit like how you would wrap an ace bandage, only these are not stretchy. Because these are not stretchy, we have to utilize a sneaky tool, which is, as you keep it flush with your leg, just so smooth, it's going to start wanting to go higher up, and then you'll start to get a gap here. But we don't want a gap here. We want to keep our leggies warm. So you're going to take your fabric, fold it over from the top. I'm going to include an infographic which taught me how to do this. And then get it nice and smooth and tight, and continue wrapping with about an inch of overlap so that it will hold itself up. Basically, you want to keep the bottom of it super duper snug, and then let the top follow and be snug as well. So we've come around the leg again. It doesn't need to be in a specific place on the leg, just as you're keeping it really nice and snug against your leg and your pants, you'll end up with another gap, so you will fold it down from the top to come over and overlap what you've already got. With these off-white ones, it's going to be almost impossible to wrap it too tightly, so don't worry too much about that unless you feel like, I don't know, somehow you have suddenly lost feeling in your foot. Then you might have wrapped it too tightly, but I kind of doubt it. I kind of think that the fabric will give out before that happens. A trick for keeping things really snug along the bottom is when you fold it over, give it a nice tug as you create this line so that everything is sturdy. We're coming up to where the curve of my leg is changing, but we can get one more fold over in here, I think, to help us stay smooth and more or less maximize surface area. You want to make sure that you have enough fabric from your pants in the back that you can straighten out your leg without it pulling weird, as well as bend your leg without it pulling weird. So, I'm now just gonna finish it off with another wrap on the top. Nice and snug. Doesn't really need to fold over because my leg is bending in a different way now. So we're just gonna finish wrapping all of the rest of this, which it would be less of if I had started around my foot, which you can see is gonna be a nice option for you short friends because it's getting a little bit loose in the ankle, but we can trust it once it is tied in the shoe. So, now that I've reached the end, I should have sewn the thing to be different than it is, but don't worry about it. We are just gonna fold this up in any manner really to get it so we've got this nice thing which we can tuck into the top, but because we are going to be doing fighting and running and dancing and dying, we are going to want to pin that as well. So you will get a safety pin with each of your sockies, and you can just pin that right here behind your knee. Be careful not to stab yourself because it hurts a lot, but we are probably going to need a pin right there. So, if it does not feel tight all the way down your leg, it will probably fall off during the show. So, as you are wrapping this, please make sure it is tight all the way down your leg, because if it starts to fall off, unfortunately, it takes a hot minute to get it off, even if it is loose. So, we are going to do one more for review, because I have 2 legs. And then I'll put some shoes on over them so you can be like, yeah, socks. Excess pant tucked out of the way. Because I am short, I can get away with wrapping this around my foot. If you're feeling cool, you can mirror the direction you're wrapping in, but so they both go like out on your different legs, but that's not important.
So we get a nice wide wrap to start. It bends a little because my ankle is an ankle, and then we're going to keep it as smooth as possible as we move up the leg. Gap, fold over the top. Pull this side so that you get some nice tight. With these particular pants, it does look kind of like I have an issue right now. You can fold your pants behind your leg, and that will probably help with that, but it's not something that's going to be super obvious from the stage, so. Nice and snug, nice and smooth. I want more overlap. Pull out a little bit of pant so that I can actually straighten my leg without having issues. And I don't really need another fold down from the top because of where it is on my leg. So because these are pretty long, I think that you can get away with overlapping them even a little bit more than I have in this example. Just feel it out and see what works for you, because the more it's overlapped in between the layers, the less likely it is to come loose. If you end in the front of your leg, that's fine. Just tuck it in, and then maybe pin it on the side of your leg right here under the knee. Just close to the edge. Catch your pants so that it stays up on your pants. And here's an example shoe. Goes right on over that. Beautiful, amazing. For the one that I didn't wrap my foot, you want to double check that that is as snug as you can get it. Honestly, I think maybe even put your shoe on as soon as you start and get that one around your ankle. I don't know. And we're going to tuck that into the shoe.